Hello world, I'm an average Joe and I play games. And welcome to the Hunter edition of the Xur Complete Buying Guide, where I tell you what is the best weapons and armor to buy from Xur Agent of the Nine. Links to the other portions of the guide are in the description below, or they will be at the end of the video as well. Remember, the rules for this particular guide is I will be talking about anything that Xur will either sell or offer as an upgrade. All right, so let's get into it. And for hunters, hunters are all about the helmets, specifically Aclophage Symbiote and Mask of the Third Man. Those are your only must-buy hunter exotic armors. Aclophage Symbiote gives you a 4th golden gunshot. That's great in PvE, great in PvP, great all around. Mask of the Third Man turns your Blade Dancer into a killing machine by extending the amount of time you can use Blade Dancer for by reducing the amount of energy that each action for your Blade Dancer super uses. If and when Xur sells these, spend your money, buy these. That's the only exotics that you really must have for a hunter. But if you're absolutely dead set on running a different exotic, stick with these tier 2 situational exotics. The Don't Touch Me gauntlets, they're okay for defensive solo builds, but they're only really good against the Fallen or the Hive because those are the only races that will try to melee you. Now, the Don't Touch Me gauntlets are good for the first part of the Crota's End raid if you're soloing that, because every time that a thrall will hit you, you'll go invisible and you can just keep on running through it. The young Ahamkar's Spine is okay with trip mine grenades if you absolutely love trip mine grenades. Personally, I would rather have a 4th golden gunshot for PvP, but whatever floats your boat. Crest of Alpha Lupi is good for your 3v3. It really shines in 2v2. But that's really all the utility that you're going to get out of that. And Lucky Raspberry, it locks you into using arc bolt grenades. Now, the spawn with grenade energy is awesome in PvP. I love that on the Voidfang vestments for my Warlock. That is all that I will run for my Warlock in PvP is the Voidfang vestments because of that perk. So maybe with Hunters, you can kind of run the same thing and have access to grenades a lot. But aside from that, it's not, I still don't feel that it is as strong as your exotic helmets, which is why it is in the 2nd tier. Alright, enough of that. Let's talk about the things that you should not be spending your money on. The Arachnid, it gives you the zoom ability for your golden gun. That's not going to be as useful as getting a 4th golden gunshot. The Knucklehead Radar, again, it's just lackluster. It gives you the 3rd eye perk that lets your radar stay active. Personally, after the first week of playing Destiny, I got used to quickly taking myself out of aiming down sights to reactivate my radar, take a look at my radar, and then go back into aiming down sights if I really need to check the radar. So it's not that big of a deal, and you can find weapons that have the 3rd eye perk on them. And lastly, the Knucklehead Radar only works with your primary weapons. And so it just doesn't do enough to use up your exotic slot on it when you have much, much better helmets available. And lastly, Radiant Dance Machines, they look awesome, they sound awesome. I just want to do the hammer slide constantly when I'm wearing them. But they don't do a whole lot as far as perks. If this was Call of Duty, the Stalker perk in Call of Duty is amaze sauce. But this is not Call of Duty, so I would advise you to stay away from the Radiant Dance Machines for their usefulness. Now, if you bought them just because they are awesome looking and they have a great name, I wouldn't fault you. Well, there you guys have it, your complete buying guide for Hunter Armor for Xur, Agent of the Nine. Leave a comment down in the comment section below what you think of my tiers, and follow me on Twitter, subscribe, do whatever it is you guys do. We'll see you in the next game.